Ladies and gentlemen, this week's special guest is Smelmo! You gotta be kidding me!
Ow. Ow.
Welcome to another episode of the Rick Castellano Show. You know what, folks? We don't do this that often, but Big Rick is going to let you on a little inside information of his past. So, let's get right down to business. For a few years now, 4 or 5 years, I don't know, 6 years. Seems like forever. The Big C's been holding back. Angry. Last few, as a matter of fact, just the other day, it all came to a head. So, you know, not politically correct. You want to mess with Castellano? You want to play with Castellano? Castellano doesn't sit there lying down. Castellano doesn't do anything but tell it like it is, folks, so be prepared. And you know what? If you're the person at the other end of the story, let me see. Should I feel bad that you're a friend? Should I say, Rick, what are you doing? Guys don't say it. Of course they do, especially when you're in a situation I'm in, and especially when you get the respect I get. Time to tell it like it is, because Castellano cares about Castellano. Too bad. Okay. Now, 4, 5, 6 years ago, big deal. Castellano's been brewing about a little something. Let's just say I went out with a couple of old high school chums. One of the guys that worked me set it all up, so we decided, we got the old crew together. Night started out pretty good. Old times, football stories, jokes, burping, farting, all the good things in life. Then, things go along great. 10, 11 o'clock comes along. About 10:30. One of the gentlemen I'm with, maybe both of them, but to show you how much respect I have for the situation, we'll just talk about one of them. Decided to married, go to his old high school tricks, whoring around, chasing broads. I guess marriage doesn't mean a thing to him. You know, judging by the way his wife acts, it wouldn't mean a thing to me either. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Mind you, Castellano isn't into that kind of crap anymore. He's made a few mistakes. As a matter of fact, he might have wrote a couple books on it. He's not proud of all the things he's done, but that's the old Castellano. The new Rick likes chums, likes hanging out with the boys, but he's got priorities. And one of them isn't chasing smelly-looking girls with perfume way too strong and asses way too big. So, once Castellano realized he wasn't getting the attention he deserved, he had two choices. I saw my good buddy next to me, Danny, old boy. We could either stay here and be bored to death, go home and sleep, or we could eat big steaks. Big steaks! 11 o'clock, 11:15, we're at the Pepper Mill. 12:30 at night, we're home in bed sleeping, both of us. Now, don't know what happened, but left the boys there over at the bar, horn around. Let's see if I can remember exactly what it is. Downtown, I don't know, what place has got like 15 bouncers or something. Can't even think of the place there. I don't know. Big bar downtown, center of town, and you can't find parking. Can't even remember because I don't go there. You know, the city spent $2 million and some guy from Cleveland to run these places. Whatever. But anyway, I left home with my night hat on, the stocking, like Dr. Smith, sitting there with my feet pajamas on, getting all cuddly and warm, sleeping soundly. Now, I go to BJ's a couple days later, buying a couple things, chips, who knows, beer. I mean, diet ginger ale, of course, not beer. Who drinks that stuff? And see my buddy. Hey, bud, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? Pull a little farther down the aisle, and his wife did a 360 in the cart, spun around in circles, squealed at things, took off. What the hell's going on here? What's she all upset about? He catches me 2 hours later and says, hey, Rick, hey, listen, whatever you do, the story is, the other night I didn't come home till like 10, 11 o'clock the next day. I told my wife, you got arrested and we're trying to get bail money for you, looking for you all night. I'm stunned, mortified, because I was in bed at 11 o'clock, but don't want to ruin anybody's marriage. Little dumbfounded. I would have liked an apology or, hey, bud, could you please do this for me? I didn't get any of that. Let it go. Girl hated me. Happy as a lark, walking down the alley, bumps into me every once in a while. I see him at airports or whatever. And, no, here's $50. Thank you for keeping your mouth shut. Sorry I ruined your reputation. But anyway, very, very good friend of mine just died recently. No jokes about it. Serious part. Feeling very somber. Walking around, walking through, meeting people, going to the receiving line, bumping into the gentleman. And, hey, how you doing, Rick? What's going on, buddy? And then Rick, feeling real, real sad, quiet, like you don't usually see him. Walking through the crowd, acknowledged him, and all of a sudden, a lady spun around like The Exorcist. Linda Blair. She looked like Linda Blair. She still looks like her. Spun her head around so fast to get out of my way. She is disgusted in me. Then I realize, is this the same woman that spun her head around in BJ's? Yes, it is. Disgusted in Castellano. You know what? Castellano's sick of it. You know what? I hope you're watching, or one of your friends are watching. Your husband was getting laid that night. Okay? Castellano was home in bed. I went and ate a steak, and I didn't do nothing wrong. So if you want to tell your little girlfriends, like other people I've known in the past, that their husbands got caught stealing over at National Auto or something, and Castellano used their name, you want to go telling lies? Go ahead and tell them. The thing is, Castellano's calling you out. I was in bed. Your husband was banging some ugly broad, but you know what? She isn't half as ugly as you. So, too bad. I'm not holding back anymore. I don't care. And you want to spin around like The Exorcist? Spin around, look in the mirror, and look at your husband and say, hey, you know what? I understand. I saw my reflection in the mirror, and I'm really not that good looking. So I understand why you went out cheating, and then you blamed it on your buddy Rick. That you said Rick that got in trouble. No, Rick was in bed. Okay? So Rick ain't taking it. So you know who you are. And if you don't, anybody out there may think they know who the person is. Go ahead and tell them. I don't care. Because Big C isn't taking it anymore. I'm not politically correct. You know what? I got my show. It's time to tell it like it is. So is there any skeletons in my closet? You know what, folks? I got plenty. So I got plenty of stories to tell. And some of them involve me doing things wrong. But I'll tell you what. The Big C is saying I was in bed by 11:30. Your husband was chasing around some floozy. You know what? I'm glad you finally know. You probably already know why he acted like that. Too bad. I don't care. You know what? My other buddy's wife treats me with respect. Had nothing against her. But you want to pull the Linda Blair routine? I got the last laugh. Your husband was getting laid. So, Castellano ain't holding back. You're watching another episode of the Rick Castellano Show, and isn't revenge sweet, folks? Stay tuned. Big Rick, he had a rough day. Let me drink a little ginger ale. Yeah, this fall started this morning when producer of the show had me drive him to the hospital. He had breast implants, so hope things turn out well. He's got to do a 6-month bid down at Monroe County. He got breast implants put on his back. When he's bending over getting his soap, he's going to be very popular. All right, time to read a little current events. The reason I'm doing current events, I didn't read the newspaper yet, and I spilled coffee, and I don't want to keep it in my gym bag. Let me put down the microphone. What are we going to start with? City taking place. Kagan gives Supreme Court a new look. Yeah, it's a dyke haircut. A new look. What am I talking about? It's not but much better than Ruth Gator Ginsburg. As a matter of fact, she looks a little like Justin Stevens. Maybe he didn't retire. All right, Cuomo, Palladino. Cuomo, remedies for jobs. Yeah, he taking over his father's footsteps. Corrupt, criminal, and ugly. All right. Japan has your warning. Let's see. Oh, I just got a text and I'm not answering it. I don't even know how to text. Obama maintains position on tax cuts. Oh, he wants tax cuts for 95% of the country. 95% of the country. The other 5% that actually pays most of the taxes, they don't get them? Well, listen there, Obama. You can't give tax cuts to people that don't pay taxes. But you do. Give them pencils, too. Carter helps build houses in D.C. following illness. Hasn't the guy been ill since his presidency? All right. Oh, I got to say that. Bill O'Reilly saying something about Obama's progressivism. Isn't Wayne? I know, we'll get back to this. Stay tuned. Have a little commercial break. I'll have a little diet ginger ale, and we'll get back to business. Or back to business. You think I care if I slur? I just started drinking. Diet ginger ale. Stay tuned. We're back. Excuse me a minute. I just had to check my text. And one of my friends is working on some airline tickets, got a pickle stuck in her eye. I mean, yeah, I don't know how that happened. But you're watching the Rick Castellano Show. Let's get back to current events. Little swig. This stuff hits the palate. Wait a minute. Me. Little one. Excuse me a minute. All right, folks. Back to current events. What do we have here? Our towns. Firemen with pink shirts on against breast cancer. I guess that's all right. Can't even make a joke about that. Look at the inside section of our towns. I don't know. Go in the garbage. Let's see. Smith could get a job, an OTP job. Or where's he going to get a job? Sweeping floors, picking up old tickets that nobody wants. Sorry. Saunders? No. Man faces kidnapping and rape charges. Well, folks, this ugly son of a bitch, what's his name? Sheila Benner Jr. He's one ugly SOB. If you saw him in your backyard, exterminate him. Look it. There's not racial profile. If you ever let this guy next to your kid, you're nuts. I wouldn't let him next to my goat. Alright. So North Carolina man has been accused of kidnapping and raping a 14-year-old Canandaigua girl. Well, first I'd castrate this insect. Then, it's only too good for him. I dissect him because he's an insect. He disgusts me. You know what? No jokes. Castellano despises this guy. Even if he's one of the ugliest guys I've ever seen in my life, he's an ugly man inside. He looks a little like Satan. You insect, I would love to get you in a steel cage match and I'd grate you like cheese. Go inside. I don't even want to look at this insect. I'm going to say his name, try to say it the best of my abilities. Sheila Benner Jr. Well, Sheila Benner Jr., I like to shred you in like 40,000 little pieces, throw syrup on you, put you on the ground and let the ants eat, feed on you, you insect. It would be bestiality. You loser. Smelly, diseased, ugly, repugnant slob. Let me open up the paper before I get mad. I'll go to the prison where you are, and I'll drag you around, bouncing your head from cell to cell. You know what I'd do? I'd put a nice sign on your back saying, "Come one, come all," and you'd be happy. Well, death notices. Head Start workers may join union. Woman rescues her mother. Lawyer disputes tipster's veracity. And see the lawyers. Does anybody trust them? I told you about my high school teacher there, William. Untrustworthy. Polls show strong unless he lead. Well, let's see. Cumulative Republican 50 is 20 points ahead of Democrat. Folks, it might be a landslide. November 2nd is coming awful quick, and I can't wait. Board finds 2 violations in Nats prior mailings. Who knows? One's acquitted, man arrested. Survey rude to tweet. Neat. Limo service to country suite. Let's see. Well, former trade convicted of fraud. Stocks hit 5-month high. That's right. All the guys on Wall Street, they're all high. Let's go on to the next section, folks. I'm getting through the newspaper quick. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. All right. You know what, folks? This is probably the cutest thing. Castellano knows cute. I'm going to go over and try to step in front of the cameraman for a minute and try to get this on here. So excuse me a second, but this Eli Alexander, 7 weeks old. I don't know if I can say the last name. Amrine is one of the cutest little babies I've ever saw in my life. That's a cute kid. That is a cute kid. Toast, Eli Alexander. I won't rip that one up. I'll put it over there in my collection. Let's see. Palladino would work for free as governor. You're elected. Let's see what we got a choice of. We got a choice of... I can't see. My, aren't you beautiful, ma'am? Oh, what is that? Is that an Armani dress? Oh, I'm in public? Listen, folks, like I said, if this guy was really blind, he'd be dating Bella Abzug. What do you think, Castellano lies? You haven't heard hide nor hair of him? You know what he's doing? Right now he's knowing he's going to be back on the single circuit again. You know what, folks? What would ever happen if he doesn't become a politician? He's got to go by looks? Well, I have a couple of people that may be interested in you. See, Roseanne's available. See, and if your eyesight's as bad as it is, you'd love her singing. Smoke them. Let's get back to current events. Palladino would work free. I love the guy, folks. At first, thought he may have been a gangster, but that's exactly what we need. Tony Soprano over there in Albany, New York State. Little butt kicking, like he said. He won't go in Albany. He won't use a broom to sweep it out. He'll use a baseball bat and clear it out. Exactly what we need with all these crooks. Come one, come all. And I hope you go there and you bat 1,000. Officials say job scarcity is easing in the area. Yeah, Friday's deadline to register for this November's election. All right. 2 Russian board scientists share Nobel Peace Prize. Barack Obama won Nobel Peace Prize again because all the diversity he called, or diversity, whatever are you saying? You mean to tell me the president's half black and half white? He brought us all together? No! Since he's been president, people have been at each other's throats. We should be teaming up. We should be helping each other, not at each other, not dividing and conquer. So what? Nobel Peace Prize? For what? Nobel Peace Prize? Yeah, give Van Jones and your buddy Bill Harris a Nobel Peace Prize. Blew up the Pentagon and police stations. Yeah, what kind of peace? A piece of a building. All right. Reservoir of toxic sludge. Times Square bomber gets life sentence. Warns of more attacks. Well, Eric Schmolder, savoir-faire with that 50-cent mustache. This insect that tried to blow up Times Square with the car bomb. Did he just, when you first saw him, it's some white guy that's just... No, it's a Muslim terrorist, jihadist. This goof would like to destroy the whole country, and he wants Muslims to go out and destroy the whole country. No, he's not Tiki Barber. This gentleman wants to destroy the United States. He hates us. He says it. No, Mr. Holder, we shouldn't read him his Miranda rights, and we shouldn't read him bedtime stories or tell him about... Let him watch old Rahm Emanuel Ballet classes. We should get this insect and we should pummel him. Pummel him! Because he's an insect. He admits he done it. He'd like to do more. If it was Castellano, what would I do? I'd probably tie him around Michelle Obama's waist and let him suffer.